Welcome to My Opinion here on My Opinion TV. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell so as soon as a video is released, you'll be one of the first to be notified. Now today, this is basically a follow-up to what happened yesterday. I brought you a story where a double murder took place on Darling Street in downtown Kingston, but it didn't stop there. And I'm going to read from the Jamaica Observer. It says the busy market district in downtown Kingston was a scene of murder and mayhem yesterday as gangsters from Tivoli Gardens and Matches Lane engaged in an orgy of violence which left a confirmed 5 people dead and an unconfirmed report of a 6th fatal shooting. The shooting caused vendors and shoppers to scamper for cover with concern after what happened in the day. The shooting started about 8 a.m. on Darling Street when gunmen opened fire on 2 men, hitting them multiple times. The injured men were later identified as 28-year-old Akeem Wilson of a Kingston 14 address and 41-year-old Kevin Mitchell, a plumber of Heavendale in St. Andrew. They were taken to hospital where police sources say they were both pronounced dead. And in what was believed to a reprisal for the first 2 murders, one man was fatally shot on Charles Street in the vicinity of Matthews Lane. The killing continued for a short while after when gunmen struck on Orange Street, leaving 1 man dead. The police has not identified that person yet. As the police probe for clues at these crime scenes, news broke that another man had been fatally shot on King Street in what is suspected to be a related attack. Now, one of these killings we get to understand that he's from Jungle. He was trailed to Matches Lane and then murdered. He was a gangster, they say, from Jonestown. Now, what is happening in Jamaica? In space of 1 day, 5 persons murdered. If you all know downtown Kingston, it's a very busy thoroughfare. No matter what time of the day, down there is very busy. Now, it seems as if the whole country has turned into chaos. We are dealing with the monstrous virus called Corona, and yet still the monstrous violence of crime is taking precedence. The government and other legislators needs to look at how to curb crime. They are looking how to curb Corona at this point, which we endorse. And as you know, a lot of persons have their own opinion on the vaccine or whether to vaccine or not to vaccine. Your decision is your decision. Now, my problem is, in the midst of the government dealing with all these surges in Corona and the deaths in Corona and all these things happen, it seems as if these gangsters aren't afraid of Corona, or these gangsters are not the one catching Corona. These gangsters are not the ones going to hospital and crying for oxygen because of Corona. And if God was like man, these men should be the ones suffering at the hands of Corona. Now, we all know there is a gang feud going on in Tivoli Gardens, and it has escalated. Innocent persons have lost their lives since that incident started. Denham Town up against Tivoli, Tivoli up against Denham Town, Spanglers against Young Generation, and all these things. And when you see these incidents taking place, it's not just centered around Tivoli Gardens or Denham Town. Sometimes these gangsters end up going places and persons find out that this person is from Tivoli and they have moved to this area, and then you know what happened? Sooner or later that area is turned into a chaos situation too, because these gangsters are moving around. As you would aware what took place with the G City gang in Montego Bay, with a man battling for his life in Florida. His girlfriend and his daughter was murdered. So these type of lifestyle, these type of criminality spreads far and wide until something is done to eradicate these criminals, until something is done to drive fear into the hearts of these criminals. It will not stop. What can we use to drive fear in these animals? Because these are not persons, these are animals. From my point of view, hanging must be resumed. Hanging, some persons might say it is not a deterrent, but at some point when persons see that they take someone's life, and if they're found guilty, their life is going to be taken, I guess some of them will think again. None of these gangsters believe in that they will be killed at some point. None of these gangsters expect to lose their lives. When they are in a spot, when they realize that they take people's life, they are caught, the justice system finds them guilty, and their next thing is to be hanged, I bet you some of them will stop from carrying out these gruesome and these cruel acts. It might not happen overnight, but over a period of time, they will have to think twice about what they're doing. Well, the man who was killed from Jonestown, his identity has only been known as Rolex from Denhamtown, and it is really reported, as I said, they trailed him and they killed him. Another man was killed on Haywood Street. Both of these men are reportedly affiliated to Matthews Lane. So you don't know which war is taking place, because so many communities are up against each other. So many gangsters are up against each other. All I can inform my viewers and subscribers that when you go down that area, try to do what you're doing very quickly and get out of that area. Because when these gangsters go about shooting, they care zero for innocent lives. They care zero of who will lose their life. They fire widely and go about their business. But the thing that marvels me is, how could these men in the light of day do all of these acts and get away when Tivoli Gardens in Western Kingston and all should be under heavy police presence? Well, your guess is as good as mine. But we hope all of you, my friends in that area, or who traverse that area daily, will be safe and won't have to suffer from the hands of these hoodlums, these animals that are let loose to create problem in Kingston, Western Kingston and its environs. Well, let me know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell, so as soon as a video is released, you'll be one of the first to be notified. Until next time, stay safe, look out for a neighbor, look out for a loved one, and most of all, keep it locked on My Opinion TV.